Welcome to the Unshakeable Coparent podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Komoto, co-parenting and confidence mentor. If co-parenting feels like a battlefield, I'm here for you. In this space, we ditch cookie cutter advice for real practical strategies. We're all about transforming from an overwhelmed co-parent to an unshakable AF woman. If you're ready to finally tune into your personal power, buckle up and join me on this transformative journey. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the Unshakeable Coparent podcast. So in today's episode, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the first key phase of becoming an unshakable co-parent, and this is the conflict detox. I'm excited to share this with you, so let's get started. So in our previous episodes, we talked about the overall framework of unshakable co-parenting and why the traditional co-parenting advice that you hear out there, it falls short and flat on its face when dealing with a co-parent who is difficult, high conflict, abusive, toxic, narcissistic, whatever it may be. We just put them in the same bracket, as I've said before. So let's unpack what the conflict detox phase entails and how it can help you radically transform your co-parenting journey. So what is the conflict detox all about? So simply put, it's about pulling away from the never-ending cycle of drama, conflict, and BS, and the negative energy that you get when you have to co-parent with someone who is high conflict. And it's about removing or reducing the triggers and sources of conflict that add to your co-parenting struggles and challenges. And boy, do we know they come. So this detox doesn't just mean running away from and avoiding responsibility or being harsh or mean to your co-parent. It's about taking a strategic step back to regain your sense of balance and redefine the terms of your co-parenting dynamic. So this is for you without your co-parent's approval or input. It doesn't require them to be on board with anything that you're doing because you know that's not going to happen. Okay, so in the conflict detox phase, you will learn how to establish and enforce strong as fuck boundaries, which is something that is absolutely crucial when you're dealing with a high conflict co-parent. And a strong boundary could be something as simple as deciding to communicate only through email, text, or a third-party parenting app, or only discussing matters directly related to your children, I would say, and or. Okay, and it's really about creating a safe emotional distance while still fulfilling your responsibilities as an emotionally safe and healthy parent for your children. So the conflict detox phase involves understanding and managing your emotional triggers, and it's all about identifying the situations that come up or the actions that get a rise out of you when you're dealing with your co-parent and learning how to handle them without getting sucked into the conflict. So this step is crucially important because when we can manage our triggers effectively, we regain control over our reactions, which in turn reduces the conflict. We know we can't control what happens and what the other parent says or does or thinks, but we can fully control how we react to these situations. So another key aspect of the conflict detox is learning to let go. So letting go of the need to fix your co-parent, letting go of the hope of a, normal, I'm saying that in speech marks, normal co-parenting relationship, and letting go of the guilt or anger you may be carrying because it doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve your children. So letting go doesn't mean that you stop caring or that you've given up. It just means that you're choosing to focus on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. Because it's a waste of time, waste of energy, and who has time for that? So remember, the conflict detox phase is not about winning a battle against your co-parent, but it is about winning back your peace of mind, your emotional health, and your ability to parent effectively despite and regardless of what the co-parent thinks, says, or does. And it's about empowering yourself to rise above the conflict to create a happier, healthier mum and home for your children. When I say home, I always mean an arc-proof home. All right, so that's it for today. I could talk a lot more about this, but I don't want to go into too much detail. There will be further episodes where I'm going to be talking about each element of the conflict detox, each phase of this framework. So I will be going into more detail on this, so don't you worry. But I hope you found this episode at least enlightening and empowering, and at least raised a bit more awareness within you about what the conflict detox is. Remember that you have the power to transform your co-parenting journey and become truly unshakable as fuck. So tune in next time, and I'll be going into the child whisperer protocol, which kind of is self-explanatory. This is about how we support our children whilst they are, caught in the crossfire. But until then, take care and keep being unshakable. All right, thanks for spending some time with me today. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to let me know. I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button and maybe leave a review. Every comment helps us reach and empower more women just like you. And if you have more questions, let's continue the conversation over on Instagram at Unshakeable Coparenting. Okay, bye for now.